Join me as I dive into the wild world of crypto and see if I can predict whether it will crash when the dollar takes a nosedive. The relationship between cryptocurrencies and traditional currencies, like the US dollar, is one of the hottest topics in finance today. But what really happens to crypto if the dollar, the world's most important currency, suddenly loses value? Would Bitcoin and other digital coins crash, or could they actually rise in value? Let's break down this complex relationship in a way that's easy to understand. First, let's talk about how the dollar and crypto are connected. Cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, often move in the opposite direction of the US dollar. This is called a negative correlation. When the dollar is strong and gaining value, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies tend to drop. But when the dollar weakens, crypto prices often go up. Why does this happen? It's all about how people invest their money. When the dollar is strong, investors feel safe keeping their money in traditional assets, like US dollars or government bonds. But when the dollar weakens, people start looking for other places to put their money, places that might protect their wealth from losing value. That's when assets like gold, real estate, and now cryptocurrencies become more attractive. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the US government printed a lot of money to help the economy. This made people worry that the dollar would lose value due to inflation. As a result, many investors moved their money into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's price shot up from around $5,000 in March 2020 to over $60,000 by April 2021. This shows that when people fear the dollar is weakening, they often buy crypto as a hedge, a way to protect themselves from losing money. But it's not always that simple. Sometimes, when the dollar drops, it can signal bigger problems in the economy. If people start to panic and sell off risky investments, cryptocurrencies can also crash, just like stocks. So, while a weak dollar often helps crypto in the short term, it can also create more risk and volatility. Some experts compare Bitcoin to digital gold. Gold has always been a safe place to keep money during uncertain times because it's rare and holds its value. So, Bitcoin is similar in a few ways. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist, making it rare. Bitcoin doesn't wear out or degrade over time. You can send Bitcoin anywhere in the world instantly. And honestly, it's pretty easy to buy or sell Bitcoin on many exchanges. Because of these features, some investors believe Bitcoin can protect their wealth when the dollar is in trouble. However, cryptocurrencies are still seen as risky investments. When people are feeling confident and willing to take risks, they're more likely to buy crypto. But when they're scared and want safety, they tend to sell crypto and buy safer assets like US dollars or government bonds. A weaker dollar often means investors are feeling more adventurous, which can boost crypto prices. But if the dollar's fall is part of a bigger financial crisis, people might panic and sell everything, including crypto. This happened in March 2020, when both stocks and Bitcoin crashed at first before bouncing back. Most cryptocurrencies are traded against the US dollar, and many stablecoins are designed to always be worth $1. If the dollar crashes, these stablecoins could lose their stability, causing problems for the entire crypto market. In that case, people might look for stablecoins backed by other assets, like the euro or gold, or even new types of coins designed to resist inflation. At the same time, if trust in banks and traditional finance drops because of a dollar crisis, more people could turn to decentralized finance, or DeFi. DeFi lets people borrow, lend, and earn interest using crypto without needing a bank. This could boost the value of cryptocurrencies that power DeFi platforms like Ethereum, Solana, or Cardano. Financial experts don't all agree on what would happen if the dollar crashed. Some believe that if the dollar weakens, people will rush into crypto to protect their money, driving prices higher. Others warn that a dollar collapse could trigger a global financial panic. In that case, people might sell all their risky assets, including crypto, to get cash, causing prices to crash. There's also the chance that if crypto becomes too popular as an alternative to the dollar, governments might step in with new regulations. This could, slow down crypto's growth or even cause prices to fall. It's important to remember that crypto prices are influenced by more than just the dollar. New technology developments, regulatory news, and government actions, market sentiment like news, rumors, and social media, and global events such as wars or pandemics all play a role. Some traders watch the US dollar index, or DXY, which measures the dollar's strength against other currencies, to help predict crypto price movements. If the DXY is falling, they might expect crypto prices to rise, and vice versa. So, they can use this information to decide when to buy or sell, or even to hedge their bets by holding both dollars and crypto. If the dollar weakens slightly, crypto prices might rise. If the dollar crashes suddenly, crypto could crash in the short term, as people panic and sell everything. But if the dollar weakens over time, crypto adoption could grow as people look for alternatives. And if the dollar strengthens, crypto prices might fall as investors move back to safer assets. So, will crypto crash if the dollar takes a nosedive? The answer isn't simple. In the short term, a weaker dollar often helps crypto, as people look for new ways to protect their money. But if the dollar's fall is part of a bigger crisis, crypto could also crash as investors panic. Over the long term, if people lose trust in traditional money, cryptocurrencies could become even more popular as digital stores of value. The relationship between the dollar and crypto is complicated and always changing. It depends on how investors feel, what governments do, and what's happening in the world. That's why it's so important to stay informed and think carefully before making any big investments. Will crypto crash if the dollar plummets, or will it become the world's new safe haven? And if you want to learn more about the future of money, check out my video on the top financial trends to watch this